Hello everyone, my name is Aulia Prabhawati and today I will briefly explain GRI reporting. GRI, or the Global Reporting Initiative, is a global framework that helps companies report their economic, environmental, and social impacts. The goal is transparency, accountability, and better sustainability decision making. GRI reporting uses three main groups of standards. First, the universal standards. There is a GRI 1, explains key principles. The second one, GRI 2, gives general information about the organization. And the GRI 3 guides how to identify material topics, which are the most important impacts that must be reported. Second, the sector standards, which give extra guidance for high-impact industries like oil and gas, coal, and agriculture. Third, the topic standards, which cover three areas: economic, environmental, and social impacts. In short, GRI helps organizations report what truly matters so stakeholders can understand the real impact of their activities.
We are going to explore the reporting practice section in defining the content of GRI standard. Don't worry, I will be explaining it in a simple and fun way so you can easily understand how organizations prepare high-quality sustainability report. First, we start with report matters. Organizations need to clearly define which entities are included in the report, which period is covered, and how often the reporting cycle takes place, whether annually, quarterly, or otherwise. This ensures transparency and helps readers understand who, when, how often the information is reported. Next is the structure and boundaries. This section explains how the report is organized and where the boundaries are set, meaning which activities, operation, and impact are included. It helps readers understand the full scope of the organization's sustainability performance. Now let's talk about the scope of topic. Organizations follow four steps: identify, define, apply, and finalize. They start by identifying a potential sustainability topic, narrowing them down into clearly defined issues, applying the assessment to determine relevance, and finally confirm which topic will be included in the report. An important part of this process is determining material issues of topic that have the most significant impact on stakeholders and the organization. The boundaries define where the impact occurs, whether inside or outside the organization operation. Next, we have disclosure information. This includes ensuring consistent data so information remains comparable over time. Organizations must also provide a contact point someone stakeholder can reach if they have questions about the report. Organizations must follow the applicable GRI standard and include a GRI content index. This index makes it easier for readers to navigate the report and check which GRI disclosures are covered. Finally, let's talk about external assurance. This is when an independent party reviews the report to ensure the information is accurate, reliable, and credible. It boosts trust in the report quality. External assurance also checks for independence and includes a review of governance process. This ensures there's no conflict of interest and the sustainability information is evaluated objectively. Alright, now that we have covered the reporting practice, let's move on to another important part in the defining content of GRI report, the principle of report preparation. This principle guides organizations to create reports that are meaningful, reliable, and truly useful for stakeholders. The first principle is stakeholder inclusive. Organizations must identify what their stakeholders are, engage with them to understand their expectations, and respond to their concerns through the sustainability report. This ensures that the report reflects real needs, not just internal assumptions. Next is sustainability context. Organizations should don't report their performance in isolation. They need to show how their actions connect to broader sustainability goals such as the SDGs, global frameworks, or local development priorities. This gives readers a complete picture of how the organization contributes to bigger global challenges. The third principle is materiality. This means the report should focus on the most significant impact, the issue that matter most to stakeholders and that influence the organization economic, environmental, and social performance. Material topics with the overall content of the sustainability report. And the last principle is competence. A sustainability report must provide information that is complex, thorough, and clear, covering the full scope of the organization impact, boundaries, and time frames. Competence ensures there are no major gaps that could mislead or leave stakeholder guessing.
Did you know that there's a study that analyzed how the implementation of the Global Reporting Initiative, or the GRI, by micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, to understand the factors underlying the success or challenges in applying these sustainability principles? The selected include 4 MSMEs in West Java, 4 West in Jakarta, 2 MSMEs in Central Java, and 2 MSMEs in East Java. So the study used a scoring method by assigning scores of 1 and 0. A score of 1 indicates that MSMEs meet the GRI and SDGs goals. Meanwhile, a score of 0 indicates that the indicator does not meet. So, from the data, the result was that MSMEs tend to perform better in meeting aspects covered under GRI 2 and GRI 3. And then MSMEs are fairly capable of identifying and reporting basic sustainability aspects. However, when shifting to more specific standards like GRI 200, GRI 300, and GRI 400, there is a significant drop in the disclosures. So it shows that MSMEs face several challenges in implementing the GRI standards. So let's take a look. What are those challenges? The first one is lack of awareness and capacity. So MSMEs do not fully understand the concept or importance of sustainability reporting through GRI standards. The second one is resource constraints. The MSMEs typically face financial, human, and technological limitations. And then the third one, complexity of GRI standards, because GRI guidelines can be overwhelming for small enterprises that lack dedicated experts. The fourth one is differing business priorities. MSMEs often prioritize short-term survival and profit over long-term sustainability goals. And then the last one is size disparity between MSMEs and larger firms. It means that larger corporations have dedicated sustainability departments and experts, whereas MSMEs typically rely on a few people only to manage all operations. However, despite all the challenges MSMEs have to face, there are still some benefits for the small enterprises in implementing GRI standards. So let's take a look. There are enhances transparency and builds customer trust. MSMEs can demonstrate that their businesses are honest, ethical, and socially responsible. And then the second one encourages a culture of long-term thinking because it helps MSMEs consider how their decisions today will affect their future sustainability and growth. And then the third one improves internal management and efficiency. And the last one is demonstrates social and environmental responsibility. Because by reporting on community engagement, fair labor, and environmental practices, MSMEs can build a positive brand image and stand out from competitors. In conclusion, the Global Reporting Initiative, or so we call the GRI, serves as an essential global framework that guides organizations in disclosing their economic, social, and environmental impacts in a transparent and standardized manner. It plays a crucial role in integrating sustainability into business strategies and supporting corporate social responsibility, or so we call it CSR. For MSMEs, applying GRI standards offers many benefits such as improving transparency, efficiency, and reputation. However, challenges remain, particularly due to limited awareness, resources, and the complexity of certain GRI requirements. But overall, GRI reporting provides a strong foundation for aligning business operation with Sustainable Development Goals, or the so-called SDGs.